Nithyananda. This is Nithyananda. Today we'll see some of the clippings on why Kailasha, why SPH Sri Nithyananda Paramshivam. Who is SPH Sri Nithyananda Paramshivam? The first part that beautifully we can see that Narendra Modi ji honoring SPH Sri Nithyananda Paramshivam first in Gujarat in Jan 1st, 2007 and September 10th, 2009 in Adi Kailash, Bengaluru. Both the times there was a release on the books and we honored SPH Sri Nithyananda Paramshivam honored Narendra Modi ji and Narendra Modi ji honored Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramshivam. Here's another clipping, beautiful, interesting clipping on Abdul Kalam meeting Sri Nithyananda Paramshivam in Rashtrapati Bhavan.
The President remarked on the ever-smiling countenance of His Divine Holiness and requested him to devise meditation techniques to bring the forgotten smile back on the face of today's youth. He further expressed that only His Divine Holiness can devise techniques for the mentally challenged children as well. Himself a scientist, the President applauded His Divine Holiness for offering himself for scientific studies of the enlightened neurological system in Oklahoma in August of 2003.
Beautifully, Abdul Kalam, he beautifully explains how this conscious knowledge can be taken to the youth and to the world, and also appreciated the study in Oklahoma. What is SRM, the zone brain state of genius? 12 to 14 Hertz, SMR, sensitive motor rhythm, subject to feeling state, relaxed yet focused, integrated, the state of zone where anything seems possible. This is as per the science. Let's listen to the small clipping on SMR, the test done on SPH Sri Nithyananda Paramshivam by the neurologist in Oklahoma.
To us brain waves.
And briefly I'll give you a nutshell what happened with brain wave test QEEG. Quantitative EEG is a computerized analysis of the brain waves. The brain goes through several stages: the alpha, beta, theta, gamma states. Delta is sleep, deep sleep state. Alpha is kind of relaxed, attentive state. Beta is normally what you do. Beta is really alert state in beta. Theta is really the one that you want to be. It's really deep meditation, deep relaxation, wonderful feeling. You could go in and out of theta at will, anytime. That's wonderful.
From Swami QEEG, the scientist saw that, unlike most people, he had complete control of his brain waves and was able to smoothly shift from one brainwave to another in a relaxed manner.
Then the other thing that interested the specialist in QEEG was that when you go from alert state to meditative state, you go through various frequencies, and they are represented in various colors. And I've never seen that myself in my life. When he was going from alert state to deep meditative state, he would go in the same color range, in the same order as the rainbow. The VPR, violet, indigo, blue, green, red, yellow. VPR, say like orange and red, fine. And then when you come out of the range, you would come the exact same range, opposite. And he did that several times, that kind of stunned us at that time.
It is also believed that since masters have gone beyond the attachment to this physical world of body and mind and became one with and completely in tune with existence, they can alter anything in existence. The SMR range, a state where the person is relaxed but yet focused, seems to be the nearest match for this understanding.
But here's another one that's really interesting for scientists and for sportsmen, for performers and for Nobel laureates in the future. And that is, there is a special wavelength between 12 to 14 megahertz. Very few scientists know about it, even today. If you don't tell the average scientist, they won't know what it means. It's called the SMR range, sensory motor rhythm range. It's a special narrow band of the brain waves. You get into that when you are in the zone, Those of you that are golfers, probably Tiger Woods is in the zone or PJ Singh is in the zone. We talk about Pete Sampras in tennis and Raptor, and in football we have so many people. Then when the zone basketball championship, we saw them throwing those balls and effortlessly it goes in, no matter where they're throwing the ball from. That means they're in the zone. What happens is the ultimate coordination of the muscles and the nerves and the body, entire body organs and the chemistry and the hormones. They become so cohesive to the point that anything is possible at that time. You want to be in the zone. For example, if Oklahoma University football team or OSU football team, which you support, they found the secret of how to get into the zone, they will be national champions every year. And they'll be probably undefeated for 100 years.
And they'll be probably undefeated for next 100 years. That is the greatness of being in the zone. Next, we'll see how Narendra Modi ji, in his YouTube, he has clearly honored Dayananda Swami, honoring him, and he honoring Dayananda Swami. And beautifully, here is a small clipping on Dayananda Swami speaking on the religious prosecution on the religious leaders, the prosecution on the religious leaders.
Another important Indian situation, I tell you. I am a Swami committed to ahimsa. A sannyasi's vow is ahimsa, really. It is nothing but ahimsa. Sarva bhutebhyaha abhayam dattva. I am doing this sannyasa, taking this sannyasa, giving complete refuge to all of, giving complete to all living beings, creatures, even to devatas. That I am not a competitor to any of you. I will not hurt any of you. Kayena vacha manasa. That is sannyasa. I am aware of this. I am a sannyasi. I sit there in Rishikesh. These two fellows come to me. One is a Christian priest, Padri. Other one is a Maulvi. Both of them come to me. I invite them. They are religious people. They are committed people. I respect them. I respect them, give them seats. They try to argue with me something. Generally, I don't argue with them. Because you argue with people whom you can convince. I don't argue with the people who only want to convince me. I am not interested in that. And therefore, so I don't want to argue. I enjoy them as human beings. And then I sat with them, talked to them. They pick up a quarrel, unwanted, and not, there is no basis for it, quarrel with me. And then they begin to beat me. And there is, this is just an imagination, there is no such thing happening. There is a policeman standing there. Then they go on beating me black and blue, two of them. And then the policeman, I implored to the policeman, hey, please stop them. I don't want to fight them back. I am committed to ahimsa. I don't want to fight them back. You please do something. I appeal to him. He says, this is a matter between religious people. I am secular. I am supposed to not to interfere. Twice, thrice I requested him, and he didn't respond to my request positively. Then I thought I have to protect myself. My Shastra will still forgive me. Even though I am given to ahimsa, still I can protect myself. And therefore I thought I will take care of myself. I am not just a weakling. With all the bhiksha, I have got enough strength. And therefore I can take care of these two fellows, perhaps one more. And therefore I began to really defend myself. The defense is to attack. There is no other way. The best form of defense is sometimes offense. That's what every husband does. And therefore you defend yourself. And I try to do something. Then he comes in between. They are minority, they will be protected. You should not fight against them.
Beautifully, he's explaining with the sense of humor how the whole prosecution happens and how we have to deal with such difficult situation. Now, I would like to present a small clipping on Mohandas Pai, CEO of Infosys, attending 21-day program, understanding the whole science, and after that inviting SPH Sri Nithyananda Paramshivam to Infosys campus.
Okay, Swamiji, let me raise a very large issue. That the world is suffering from lack of sustainability. The world is suffering from an overdose of prosperity in some areas. There is terrorism around the world. Now, what can Sanatana Dharma offer the world to restore balance, make the world much more sustainable?
Avayam Sarvabhumim. Let us all be protection for all of us. Because the moment there is two, there will be conflict. So during the conflict, the methodology for conflict resolution is protection for all of us together.
Together.
Yes. Not exclusion. The problem is now, everyone wants to make the world peaceful, but excluding the people who are not accepting their ideas.
Okay, Swamiji, let me raise a...
Beautifully, we saw a clipping from Mohandas Pai. Here is from Rajiv Malhotra speaking on how media attacked on SPH Sri Nithyananda Paramshivam in his channel. Each of these references are in their channel. They are explaining clearly how media was so angry with him that it continued broadcasting false video for several days and months and years. We have been given a wrong narrative by the media, and we are going with such low level of media that has been broadcasted continuously wrongly about all the hard work that has been done as in Kailasha. Here's a small clipping on the interview of Rajiv Malhotra with Swamiji.
Viewers who have doubts or cynicism about why so many rituals, why these symbols, what is going on. If you are a Hindu and if you subscribe to Hinduism, you have to subscribe then by definition to the Agama Shastra.
Yes.
And so my challenge is, look at all the processes, all the rituals Swamiji is doing, all the things happening in his ashram. Check them against the Shastras, and if you feel something is not correct, only then you have a right to raise an issue. Otherwise,
and we are also very open. If you feel anything, please bring. We will give you the right references and answers.
Yes, and
we are always ready to show the authority of the Shastra Pramana and Apta Pramana. See, if you reject the Shastra Pramana itself, then we have no business for you.
Then you're not a Hindu.
Not only that, we don't want to talk to you.
Yeah,
we are not interested.
Yeah. No, that is
as long as you see, there are people who are interested in learning. I am ready for all seekers' question.
Yes.
But I am not ready for people who reject outright the whole Shastra itself.
Right.
Still, furthermore, there is the independent Sandeep Dio has done a complete study on all the gurus, how they are prosecuted. He's independently studying the whole thing and presenting it in his channel, video channel. You can see very clearly how he's saying the journalist who has been in 9 years of studying all this have been awarded by Kailasha and he is supporting, and how so many people are supporting Kailasha, who is authentic, who is ready to learn the right knowledge about Kailasha and supporting the great cause, not just listening to the media mafia and continuously going into the negative narrations, which is not real. There is no substantial that they have to give us, except for a few words half edited and given to the world. Here is the real narration that beautifully Bhagavan has given us to understand Kailasha much deeper. Now we'll go into the real, what the Supreme Court advocate have to say about all this. Supreme Court advocate clearly shares the point on media on the religious prosecution on SPH Sri Nithyananda Paramshivam. Let's listen to the clipping.
Yourself. I would like to just briefly address you. So if you're finished reading paragraph 5 and 6, you will see that you have to read paragraph 1 now. It is just 2 lines. That the application filed by the A1 is not sustainable in the eyes of the law and opposed to the law delivered by the Honorable Apex Court. So the CID is saying that the application which we made is not maintainable at all. Now when they say it is not maintainable, they really did not have any need to disclose all this. Why are they disclosing all this? Because they have realized that they've made a huge mistake. So they want to be the first one to blink. They know very well that we've been watching them and that we are not going to take everything lying down. So therefore, they felt, okay, fine, somebody has to admit to wrongdoing. Before the media says something, let us be the first ones. Because if you were to go to any lawyer and ask them to take a look at this, they will say this is very surprising. If the CID is saying in paragraph 1 that it is not maintainable, there was no requirement for them to still state other things. Why are they stating those things? They are trying to wash off their hands. Because the application we have filed is unprecedented. Nobody has ever filed an application in court stating, I want the interrogation tapes. What kind of an individual would do that? You see, someone who is taken to the court will have some fear of being caught somewhere. If not for that offense, maybe for some other offense. So nobody would ever go to the court and say, I have committed no wrong, I am a sincere person, I want the interrogation tapes. Now, therefore, this application is very unprecedented because in this application, what actually the accused number 1 said is that I have committed no such thing. I never confessed to anything. I never put myself in a bad light. I completely deny. And by the way, all of these clippings which Swamiji read out actually were given to the court. We specifically denied each one of those paragraphs. We said we never said any of these things. So, we said, my name has been destroyed, my reputation has been destroyed. The public believes all these media stories because the media is saying CID sources, CID sources. So therefore we said, we want to clear our name. That's because unless and until we clear our name, we will never get fair justice. So therefore, the CID basically realized that we are not going to leave them, so they have given this response. And as you can see, all the newspaper reports lying here, yes, of course, you are free to inspect this. What kind of a person would collect all of these papers? I just would want you to basically ask yourself a question. If this man is really guilty the way and evil, the way the CID calls him to be, do you think he would really be collecting all these newspapers? Why would anybody do that? What kind of people actually? Yes, and we have close to 300 individuals, basically, who are doing the only job of actually culling out whatever is coming in the media and then preparing it. I am saying all of this because I've been handling this case for the last 9 months. I did not know about anything about Swamiji until the scandal broke out. So therefore, I have seen nothing myself. I am supposed to basically come to a conclusion based on my experience. My experience in the last 9 months has been whatever you've been seeing. And when the CID comes forth with a report like this, I would like to ask, can any reasonable person not think that he has been framed, not think that he has been maliciously targeted? You can see all those newspapers. Some 300 different individuals are going through newspapers, through media reports on a daily basis, culling out information. And now, by the way, I'm not the only lawyer advising him. There are several other lawyers. And by the way, almost all the lawyers, leading lawyers, have been telling him that now is the time to basically hit back. Now is the time to go after the media. Now is the time to go after the CID on grounds of defamation. So I'm supposed to basically tell him whether to do that or not. And what am I supposed to say? Any professional lawyer advising a client who has been so badly targeted and framed, he's duty bound to tell him, okay, you have no option but to go against the media now, to go against the CID. And I'm honestly asking you a question. I am due to advise him in a couple of days. What am I supposed to tell him? By the way, every other lawyer who's been advising him has been telling him that, we are foolish. Nobody waits. The day you receive this kind of a response from the CID, within 24 hours, you will go behind all of the newspapers and the CID. That is what all the lawyers have been telling.
Sorry, I'm not interested in going after defamation, all these things. All I'm interested, I'm requesting you, honest. Many of you are very honest. And just understand, honestly help me to rebuild the mission. That injustice done to me. That's all I'm asking.
And by the way, there are more revelations to come. Now you might think, okay, fine. This means that whatever came in the papers is false. What about whatever is there in the charge sheet? I'm sure all of you might be having that kind of a question. What about the charge sheet? Someone has basically alleged rape over a period of 5 years and 6 years. What about those charges? Will not those charges stick? Yes, exactly. But what I mean to say is, with respect to those things, the CID has actually given a far bigger revelation. They have made a certain application which will be disclosed in due course of time. Anyone who will look at that application will clearly know that the charge sheet is nothing but hearsay. And that is all. I wouldn't like to comment anything more than to tell you, at this point of time, you might all have seen that huge fat book charge sheet. And the CID has now put sheet is nothing but hearsay, and that is all. I wouldn't like to comment anything more than to tell you, at this point of time, you might all have seen that huge fat book charge sheet, and the CID has now put in a separate application which will convince everyone that the charge sheet is nothing but hearsay. They have filed some application, and that is all I would like to tell you.
So today we saw all the clippings from Vajpayee to Narendra Modi to Mohandas Paiji to Rajiv Malhotra ji, all of them giving the same narration of how Hindu leaders are persecuted. And clearly the Supreme Court advocate says all this is absolutely false, and the great effort is being done on building the Kailash nations for Hindus live a Hindu life. So now, please go ahead and like and share the whole narration of how Kailasha stands for Hinduism, all of us, to live and celebrate the greatest happening on planet Earth. The avatar who has descended on planet Earth just to grace us and celebrate the whole Hinduism in the ultimate reality. I'm Ma Nithyananda. I've been with the ashram for 17 years, and we are a family, not just a sannyasi, but a family of 4 of us. Myself, my husband, and my 2 kids. When my kids were very small, very young, we came to the ashram. We were given everything possible in the ultimate way. And the greatest education has been given to both my kids in the best possible way, that now they have taken sannyas, the responsibility to give this great teachings to the world. Thank you for listening, and go ahead, like, share to every Hindu, telling about the great nation that is happening right now in our very life, in our presence, that Bhagavan has descended on planet Earth. The avatar has descended. Let's celebrate and recognize our higher self, because we are all grateful to the space that we are the direct disciple of Paramshivam and been blessed and given the space to live with the avatar on planet Earth, celebrating the greatest happening on planet Earth. Thank you, Nithyanandam.